Singing along the way I go, praising the Lord, praising the Lord.
Until we have the privilege of greeting you again, this is Hilton Griswold saying goodbye, and God bless you is our prayer. That's it. Radio program all finished. And hello, everybody. It's time for another program, and I just got finished with my radio program. Well, it's so good to greet you today. Thank you so much for watching our program. And this is Hilton Griswold inviting you to be with us now on Inspiration Time for the next few minutes and enjoy the songs that we have for you. I trust that these are songs that you have requested. Some of them are newer songs that some of the people have requested, but we hope you'll enjoy. Here's a song entitled Remember Me. While traveling through this world of sorrow, I'm trusting, Lord, in Thee, that I may safely meet each trial. Oh, Lord, remember me. Remember me, oh loving Savior, my strength and refuge be, that I may share thy loving favor. Oh Lord, remember me. I know that I will soon be going beyond the mystic sea, and when I come to make the crossing, oh Lord, remember me. Remember me, oh loving Savior, thy strength and refuge be, that I may share thy loving favor. Remember me. Remember me. That's a song that I like to sing. In 1936, I was going to music school in Stamps Baxter Music School in Dallas, Texas, and Thomas J. Farris was one of the teachers in that school. And that's the man that wrote this song. And that year, he had brought his quartet. He had a quartet back in Arkansas that he used, and in his singing schools and so on, and in his teaching. And he brought that whole quartet with him to music school in Dallas, Texas. I got to meet them and got to sit under Thomas J. Farris and his teaching. And that's a great, great time. Here's a song that I like to sing, and we've got a lot of requests for this song. It's an old, old song. Really goes back a long, long ways. It's entitled Where We Never Grow Old. You know, the book of Revelation, 21st chapter, carries this theme all the way through. And it says, and I saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, as prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And then he writes several verses that says, and there shall be no more pain, no more sorrow, no more crying, no more death. And that's the city where we'll never grow old. You listen. If you know this old song, everybody, come right along and sing with me today. I have heard of a land on a far away strand. 'Tis a beautiful city of the soul, built by Jesus on high, where we never shall die. It's a land where we'll never grow, never grow, never grow, in a land where we'll never grow. Never grow, never grow, in a land where we'll never grow. When our work here is done and the life crown has been won, and our troubles and our trials are all o'er, all our sorrow will end, and our voices will blend with the loved ones who've gone on before. In that beautiful home where we'll never more roam, we shall be in that sweet by and by. Happy praise to this King, through eternity we'll sing. 'Tis a land where we'll never, never grow old. Never grow old, never grow old, in a land where we'll never never grow, never grow, in a land where we'll never grow, never grow. Land where we'll never grow old. What a wonderful thought in that city, the city that God has prepared and the place that we're going to. What a great, great time. Well, now here's something a little bit different again. I have told you over and over about the tape that I've made singing all four parts of the quartet, and singing the bass, and singing the baritone, and singing the second tenor, and singing the first tenor. Okay? That's how it's done. And the piano track is all laid down. And here's a song that I get a lot of requests for, and I think it's a beautiful song. Let me sing it for you. Living with Jesus.
I'm living with Jesus, my Savior, as I go. Life's way so happy to tell His love wherever I go. I'm keeping my lamps trimmed and burning as I labor and pray, a wonderful friend for all to know, Savior to know.
He is holding my hand,
My hand,
every step,
yes, all the way to the gate.
and I follow along with him to heaven's estate.
Ever singing on the happy journey with my Savior to a better land.
I will follow him each day, holding on to his unchanging his hand, his wonderful hand. He is holding my hand, every step,
Yes,
all the way to the gate, and I follow along with him to heaven's estate.
ever singing on the happy journey with my Savior to a better land.
I will follow him each day, holding on to his unchanging his hand, his wonderful hand.
Now, that's a beautiful song. That's on my tape. And, of course, I was singing the bass right along there with the other tracks that were laid down. And that's a beautiful song, Living with Jesus. That's the kind of songs that I like to sing about. Thank you for requesting songs. Now, I want to sing an old song for you now. And as soon as I get through, I want to tell you how to write to us, all right? So get ready, and I want you to write it down and let us know where you're watching our program. This song is an old one, goes a long ways back. And I don't know how far back because it was copyrighted first in 1902. So that's older than I am. And that's getting old, folks. That's really getting old. But if you know the old song, I want you to sing right along with me. It's the pearly white city that John saw coming down from God out of heaven. There's a holy and beautiful city whose builder and ruler is God. John saw it descending from heaven when Patmos in exile he trod. Its high massive walls are of jasper, the city itself is pure gold. And when my frail brook here is folded, mine eye shall its beauty behold. In that bright city, pearly white city, I have a mansion, a harp, and a crown. Now I am watching, waiting, and longing for that white city John saw coming down. No hearts there unknown in that city, no tears ever hit the eye. There's no disappointments in heaven, no envy, no strife in the sky. The saints are all sanctified holy, they live in sweet harmony there. My heart is now set on that city, and someday its blessing I'll share. In that bright city, pearly white city, I have a mansion, a harp, and a crown. Now I am watching, I'm waiting and longing for that white city, John's soul coming down, coming down. Beautiful, beautiful white city that John saw coming down. Isn't that a beautiful thought? Beautiful song. Now, I got a song somewhere. It's in this book right here. It's in the old red book, the number 3 book. And this song, we used to sing, going to singing conventions where you sing all day long, or maybe a lot of the singing conventions, they start singing at sundown and they sing till sunup the next morning. So they sing all night long. Well, we sing a whole lot of different kinds and types of gospel songs. Well, this is one of them. And this was a spiritual song that we used to sing at those conventions. You listen. I know the Lord laid His hand on me. Well, I know the Lord, I know the Lord, I know the Lord done laid His hand on me. Well, I know the Lord, I know the Lord, I know the Lord done laid His hand on me. Well, I know the Lord, I know the Lord, I know the Lord done laid His hand on me. King Jesus a-preaching to the poor, I know the Lord done laid His hand on me. I know I'll see Him ere before, I know the Lord done laid His hand on me. Well, I know the Lord, I know the Lord, I know the Lord done laid His hand on me. Well, I know the Lord, I know the Lord, I know the Lord done laid His hand on me. Well, ere you see such sights before, I know the Lord done laid His hand on me. King Jesus a-preaching to the poor, I know the Lord done laid His hand on me. Well, I know the Lord, I know the Lord, I know the Lord done laid His hand on me. Well, I know the Lord, I know the Lord, I know the Lord done laid His hand on me. I know the Lord done laid His hand on me. I like that. That's a wonderful old spiritual song, and I like to sing songs like that. Here's a letter that came to me, and I want to share with you. We watch your program often, and my son Anthony asked if we could write and request a song. And the song is, I'd rather have Jesus than silver or gold. We live up near Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and we watch your program on WVCY Channel 30 out of Milwaukee. May God continue to bless you, and thank you for singing all those songs. And now down at the bottom of the letter, he says, I am 5 years old, and in his writing, he signs the letter by printing Anthony. Well, how wonderful. And we're so glad to hear from these folks. Thank you. And when we get our mail, a lot of our mail comes from young people, comes from young married couples, and we sure appreciate hearing from you. Thank you for writing, and thank you for letting us know. And I want to get that song, I'd rather have Jesus than silver or gold, and I want to sing it for you. I don't know that I have got a book with it right now. If I do, I'll sing it for you. I sure don't. I don't have a book, and I don't know that I remember the words right now, but I'll get it and I'll sing it for these folks. I'd rather have Jesus than silver or gold. All right, here's a song that Levoy and Cleon Dewey wrote, Heaven's Sounding Sweeter All the Time. Life has been so good, I can't complain. For when I'm down, He lifts me up to walk again. But I'm so weary from the struggle of it all. And I listen, oh how I listen for His call. Heaven is sounding sweeter all the time. Seems like lately it's always on my mind. Someday I'll leave this world behind. Oh, heaven is sounding sweeter all the time. Heaven is sounding sweeter all the time. Seems like lately it's always on my mind. Someday I'll leave this world behind. Oh, heaven is sounding sweeter all the time. All the time. Heaven is sounding sweeter all the time. The Deweys wrote that song, and I've had them with me numbers of times, and I've remembered them, and we've just had some good times together. And I just think that's a wonderful song, and I'm glad to sing it for you today. Here's a song that Vepp Ellis wrote. Vepp Ellis was a dear friend of ours, and his friendship goes back many years ago, back into the 40s when we knew him. Vepp Ellis was a preacher of the gospel, but he was also a great singer and a good songwriter. He wrote a lot of good songs. He wrote one of the songs that I have on my tape, and he wrote this song, and it's entitled Home at Last. And of course, that's where he is today. Vepp Ellis has already gone on to his reward. He's preached the gospel all across the country for years and years and years, and now, and all the songs that he's written, they're still living on, and people still sing them and tell a wonderful story. So let me sing for you, Home at Last. From this dreary land of sorrow, with its trouble, pain, and woe, I'll be going tomorrow, leaving earthly cares below. Up there within the holy city, every trial past, there forever by the river, home at last. When I get to heaven, I lay my armor down. With a shout of welcome, take up my cross and crown. Nevermore from Satan to face an angry frown. With my work all done and the victory's won at last. When I get to heaven, I lay my armor down. With a shout of welcome, take up my robe and crown. Nevermore from Satan to face an angry frown. With my work all done and the victory's won at last. And the victory has been won at last for him, for he's fought a good fight, he's finished the course, therefore laid up for him a crown of righteousness. It's time to say goodbye on Inspiration Time. Until we greet you again, Hilton Griswold saying goodbye. God bless you.